So, about 3 months ago, I made a video called Retrograde Anonymity and Why It's Bullshit. And in the video, I explained why certain people who did a bunch of dumb shit on the internet are idiots for more or less trying to scrub themselves off the internet after the fact. Really, people should think about what they're doing before they do it, instead of retroactively deciding that they don't want to be public spectacles anymore. Too fucking bad, mate. Anyway, one of the subjects of the video, Mike M, insists that this doesn't apply to him because apparently, despite the fact that we're not supposed to call him his surname, despite the fact that everyone knows it at this point, this doesn't apply to him because he didn't disclose his name in videos or whatever. I don't know if that's true, but I guess I'll make an exemption for him if his name wasn't disclosed publicly. Anyway, he's turned up in my comments section on that video, and after some argumentation about the video itself, he's basically said that he's not been wrong about anything, despite the fact that he's got utterly thrashed in several debates with Gage and I think Damien Skyfire, but I could be wrong. And now he's come to me and he's like, hey, here are these resources that Hatman and Gage destroyed. Could you go over them and debunk them with science? And it's like, fucking what? That's not my thing. That's not what I do on this channel. But anyway, he insists that I need to basically go through a bunch of links, which are sus as fuck anyway. I mean, who wants that in their search history or link history or whatever? And he wants me to read his stupid studies and basically tell you why none of them work. I don't even need to read them. I can just tell you why they don't work, right? Simply put, your studies. And I can't believe I have to tell you this after Hatman, Gage, and fucking Damien Skyfire all told you that this is the case. They don't work. Because you basically want to prove that nonsense on kids is good because you're a fucking weirdo. And because of that, you're like, oh, well, here's some studies about it where it turned out that it wasn't so bad. Great. You found one example that backs up your point. There are billions upon billions out there which prove otherwise. So what is your point? And the best analogy that I had on this shit with him and Amos Yee was when I said, it's like finding an old document in 1970 that says, back in 1974, there was a guy at a gun range who blindfolded himself and then picked up an M60 and shot everything in the room. And he managed to hit the target. This resource proves that I can actually be more accurate if I blindfold myself before firing the gun. No, it proves that someone got fucking lucky 40 years ago and accidentally hit a target because he blindfolded himself and fired all over a room. It's just as possible that he could have missed, but he didn't. He hit the target by freak accident. That doesn't prove anything. And they're just stupid studies. The studies are absolute crap. Everyone's debunked them. And you claim you have new ones, and you claim you're better at debate now, and you claim you're better at this and that. In all honesty, I don't care. I don't want anything to do with this. I am not interested in this subject matter. I am not interested in hearing your stupid bullshit. I've heard the debates you've had with other people, and all you can more or less do is just trip over yourself and call people racial slurs and then fall out with people and have an argument with people because nobody's buying the crap you're saying. And basically anything that anyone says, you more or less jump all over them and get angry about it. Even if that's improved like you insist, it's still really, really dumb. And I don't care about it. I don't want to read this shit. For a start, my channel doesn't do that stuff. And for seconds, even if it did, I wouldn't fucking entertain this shit. Especially not in December when people have shit to do. I know that everyone in your lives probably abandoned you because you spout this crap, but I have people and things to attend to. Hell, the only reason why I'm rendering this shit is because I'm actually in the process of recording for my Hogs of War video, and I'm rendering a load of shit for it, and it's going to take a little bit of time, so I thought, oh, I have like 10-20 minutes to record this video, I might as well do it and have a bit of fun. But no, to clarify, scientifically, your study doesn't fucking work because It's a freak accident that happened 40 years ago and it has no impact on the modern world. And even if you find an example from last week, you're using freak accidents, one-offs, to more or less determine what the norm should be, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. I've seen the damage that this kind of shit does to people. And oddly enough, your studies don't change my opinion on it because, oh, you've had a study where somebody had this happen to them and it's fine. No. Mike, it doesn't work that way. You're an idiot. So I'm going to go back to rendering my Hogs of War video, which is a much more noble endeavor and a better use of my time. I don't want to do your stupid challenge. I feel like I've already done it, but it's fair enough that you'll say you didn't even look at the studies, so it doesn't count. Fine, okay, I'll accept that. I declined the challenge, but I've technically already done it because I just told you why it's bullshit. And frankly, I don't give a shit about your stupid challenge. I don't give a shit about your Wesources, and I don't give a shit about you. You had a chance to put your point across 2 years ago, and now you're desperately running around the internet trying to find anyone who'll listen, trying to find one person to agree with you, to make it so that you can sleep well at night after what you did to your own sister. I frankly don't fucking care about your stupid need to try and prove to yourself, if nobody else, that what you did can be justified. It's not justifiable, Mike. It's really not. You cannot be fucking justified. It doesn't matter how far back into the past you dig, or how many freak accidents you find. Nobody is gonna buy your bullshit. And even if I do, how's the world gonna change? If I buy your stupid bullshit, what, do you think it's going to spread like a virus? Do you think Gage is going to buy into it next? If I go to him and say, hey, it turns out everything that Mike guy said was completely right. No. Honestly, if I did agree with your bullshit, I probably wouldn't bring it up with Gage because he won't agree with it. And we'll probably just argue and it'll be fruitless. Quite frankly, I don't fucking care enough to begin with. Why would I fucking bring it up with anyone? Especially someone who has a fucking horse in the race. I wouldn't be able to convince him if I tried anyway. So what is the point in any of this? What is the point? Do you actually want a win here? Do you want to say, oh, I beat one guy who doesn't really care about this shit, who said at the beginning that he has no interest in this field or in debunking shit with science and facts. Therefore, I'm the winner. Good on you. It's like you won a boxing match against someone who could barely be arsed throwing a punch. Well done. So yeah, you go cry yourself to sleep with your little Wesources and a bundle under your blankie. I personally am going to go back to reviewing a 20-year-old video game, which is somehow still more relevant than you are today. Sayonara.